No boring shoes, that's played out. The same is lame. Turn up the bling with Sean Clemens. Her boutique of customized kicks and other items can be found on Facebook and Instagram at that one cute dimple. Call her today at 265-5861. You bring it and she'll bling it. The winter months are coming quick. Join the Cathedral of Praise Church of Memphis as we host a coat drive December the 12th at Morris Park at noon. All size coats can be donated to the church. New and gently used coats will be greatly appreciated. This is my jam.
Chad, you done shut off.
I feel
You
it.
won't pick music no more.
It's really gay.
Well, that's befitting. And we're back to AMKWAM 990 Talk Radio. And this is the Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ community. Right here in the studio, and this is Gwen Clemens, and I'm in here with Eddie
E to
D.
the double
Wiley.
D-I-E. Woo!
And we got Robert Woods to jump on the mic as our guest, Pastor Sid Looper. We thank her for coming in and sharing her time with us and her knowledge, and also promoting her new book, Two Pews from Crazy. So if you're out, be on the lookout for it. It's a great read. I have it myself, so it's a great read. You can go ahead and read it. So, the second half of the show, we're going to just dive into just talk about some things I think that's really important for our community and our listeners, just to grasp and give you some nuggets and some tools to work on and some things that have helped me propel and excel. Also, I forgot to mention earlier about the Unleashed Voice magazine.
Yes.
Yes. We have a magazine that's going to be floating around your city. And we have a great cover model. He's
Yes.
a model on the cover of the magazine. Trey
he's
Presley.
fine.
Yeah. Trey Presley, from model to CEO. And you can pre-order your subscription at www.tuvmag.com. And we will get that thing to you. We'll ship it to you early. They're going to be in the stores right after Christmas, our January, February edition. And I'm so proud. You can go to our website. We got a new one coming up.
Yes.
It should be up December the 14th. So be on the lookout for it if you can't find the information you're looking for.
And it's coming to a city near you.
Oh, definitely right
And you
now.
can check out my first Prevalist article.
Exactly. Atlanta,
Little Rock.
Washington, Jonesboro,
Big cities.
Nashville, Jackson, Mississippi.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to touch some corners with this thing right here. And I'm so excited to be able to use the publication as well as the radio show to help build a broad audience for the LGBTQ community here in the Mid-South. So, right now I want to talk about Stephen Covey's book that I read. It's called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And I want to run through the 7. Well, he has an 8th habit. I haven't read that one yet, but I have the 7. So I kind of broke it down a little bit and just to give some nuggets to talk about it. And if you read it, I hope you can jump in a little bit with me, Robert.
Mm-hmm.
So habit number 1, okay, it talks about being proactive instead of reactive.
Mm-hmm.
And in being proactive, Steve Covey stressed that you have to focus on the things you can control, focus on how to improve on those things. Because you can sit there and worry, which is a reactive response to something that's going on in your life. It may suck, but worrying about it does not help.
And it doesn't change the outcome.
Exactly.
Do not worry.
And this right here is a habit that he found that most successful people use in their life and as they go about their day. Be proactive in life. Focus on the things you can control and focus on how you can improve those things. That's habit number 1.
Number 1.
Number 2,
Number 2.
begin with the end in mind.
Tell us about it.
All right, I'm going to tell you about it. All right, so check this out. Imagine you at a funeral.
Oh, a funeral.
A funeral.
Yeah. Funeral.
So imagine you're at a funeral.
Picture it.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Picture this. But the coffin you standing over is you.
Oh.
That's you in the coffin.
I hope I'm dressing.
Right.
Don't
So,
take no pictures of me.
what would you say about yourself that you want that you standing there in the moment? Because you go to these funerals, right?
Mm-hmm.
And people just stand there and just lie. Oh, he was great. He was blah blah blah.
Mm.
But you standing over your own self.
Mm.
It's you in that coffin. What would you say about yourself right now today, Ed?
Oh wow. Well, I guess it's like my godfather. He always talked about live your dash, and so my goal would be that I live life to help somebody else on my journey through.
Okay. Robert?
I would want to say that wow, that guy lived, and by living, I mean helping people. I reached that potential, and I left a legacy. And I think even if it's a small legacy, everybody should strive to leave some type of legacy. I mean, it doesn't have to be Oprah or Bill Gates. It can be a community legacy. So that's a big priority. I want to say that guy left a legacy.
And you could always be your own Oprah for your community too.
Exactly.
But what I want people to say that's thinking about it, you know, that if you can't say something that you know should be said about you, you need to start making some adjustments right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Change their life.
Because we don't want to hear what other people going to say. Because if you stand there, what can you really say about yourself? I was a good spouse. Did you add value to society?
Right.
Mhm.
Are you a loving person who cared about others? Do you need to start making some adjustments now? All right. Number 3.
Number 3.
Rest.
Put first things first. So if I were to ask you today, Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
what's the most important thing to you? What would you say?
Wow. Life and health.
Okay, Robert?
The most important thing now is, I would say, helping, empowering people, empowering people to reach their potential as well.
David? Okay, I think you want to get in the conversation. So, okay, so you can go ahead and hey, caller, you're on the air. We think you like the Unleashed Voice radio show on AM 990. Go ahead.
Oh, so don't
No,
use
don't do that.
Okay, come on. You want to get in this?
Right.
It's powerful.
Okay, I was on number 3. We was putting first thing first. So if you ask most people that, what's most important, they're going to say family, relationship, career. But what I really want you to think about, where do you spend your most time? Is it watching TV? Organizing papers? Going to the office, working all day? Is there a disconnect between your behavior, what you say and what you do? Because if these things are really not what you say is important to you, then you need to make this important. So you put the first thing first.
You don't want to know what I do.
You don't want to disconnect. Ooh, it.
Don't throw tea out there.
That works.
Okay. The next one is think, win, win. Remember, these are the 7 habits of highly effective people by Stephen Covey. Think, win, win.
Win-win.
Win, win. All right, here we go. Damien, he's going to argue about this one. Imagine that you own a magazine. I do.
Woo!
And your friend also owns a magazine. Does it make sense for you two to try to sabotage each other in order to win?
No.
So, go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Because you never win playing dirty.
You're absolutely right. Stephen Covey says, you have to stop thinking everything is a zero game. For someone else to win does not mean somebody have to lose.
That's true.
It's an abundance out here for everyone.
We all can
So
be.
people always go into competition mode and cutthroat mode, and it's win-win situation. If I win, you win. If I help you get on top, you help me get on top, we both win.
We both got
If
it.
I can help promote your article you wrote, if I can help promote your Raw TV, and you come on the radio show and help me, we both win.
Right.
And we're doing a good service. I like that. Number 5, see, go ahead.
I agree. Because it's wasted energy.
Yes.
I mean,
Pouring into a dead socket.
Well, that's not win-win. It got to be win-win. Okay, number 5. Seek first to understand, then to be understood. So what he says is that this. Just because we got a radio show every Saturday and a magazine, and we working real hard, and we telling people, please support us, people don't care about that. The real question is, does your product offer value to the listeners? Your product, does it offer value to people? That's what people care about. So you got to understand who you're serving.
Yes.
You got to seek to understand them. Then in return, you have to make them understand you.
So it's understanding their needs.
Seek first to understand, then to be understood. So you have to basically spell out what your mission is, Damien, and tell people exactly what it is that you're trying to get them to listen to the radio show, why they need to listen, why they need to pick up your magazine.
Uh-huh.
Oh, Jesus.
All 40 of your years.
Keep driving.
It's a book, I think it's called The Disruptors or something like that. Anyway, he went through and he talks about basically every successful person. And he says, in companies, he says that the reason they're so successful is because they disrupt something. And
Oh, yeah.
that's just like David said, you have to disrupt something. You
You
have,
have to
be
disrupt
different.
the market. Oh,
You
yeah, we
have
know
to.
that. Oh, yeah, definitely. That's what we did. We
We've
got to
been
disrupt
doing
the market.
it.
Number 6, I love this word.
Number 6.
Because we are not a magazine. We are a synergized movement.
Movement, huh?
He says create synergy.
Okay.
And in creating synergy, this is what he said.
Wow.
Imagine there's 2 people, and it's a tree. It got 5 apples on there.
Mm-hmm.
But these 2 people are too short to reach the apple.
Mm.
However, if one let the other one stand on their shoulder, they can get all 5 of those apples off that tree.
And eat.
Now, he said that this is hard, and it might not work for everybody, but every chance you get, create synergy, because the whole is greater than the sum. In meaning that you have to help each other climb up there and get that fruit down.
Gotta get down.
And the number 7 is called sharpen the salt.
Okay, now
Sharpen the salt.
tell us about.
All right. There's this man, and he out there cutting down a tree.
Uh-huh.
And he just sawing, and he just sawing, and he just sawing. Well, finally his neighbor get tired and come outside and say, hey, why don't you sharpen that saw? If you sharpen that saw, you can cut that tree down. So this rascal turned around and said, it's too much work for me to sharpen my saw. But he out there struggling with that tree. Now what he really saying is this. You mean to tell me you can't take time out to help yourself? 30 minutes to go to the gym like David get on me all the time, or 15 minutes to read a book, but you always want to pick the phone up and ask somebody else to help you.
Yes.
If you sharpen your own saw, that means your knowledge, your skills, find your purpose, find your gift, start working that thing. You can outsaw any and everybody.
You're being developed.
You got to take time out to sharpen your own saw.
And you know, I think a lot of people, they fall victim to, oh, I want to work hard, so they get more hours, they get a second job, but that's external. You have to fix the internal before you
Yes.
even try to think about fixing the external. So,
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work. And then I got like what we were talking about earlier. These are like 10 things that people need to understand. I don't have time to go through all of them, but you got to understand when you got to make that next move.
Yes.
And you have to ask yourself, what is my next move? Like you always say, David, don't get overwhelmed, because you know your life is not defined by that one moment, even if it's a failure. what it is, it just points you in a different direction.
Yes.
If that's not what it is, but you have to be able to capitalize on the right move. And it just hit something with me because I was like, we did the nonprofit, the radio show, the magazine, everything was like right in unison, like the right move coming in, coming right out. And don't believe in luck.
No.
Oh yeah.
Don't get emotional here.
Lowe's here.
Where my tissue at?
Don't fall off the road now.
You right.
For a reason.
Yes, exactly. Yes. It is.
Mhm.
Sure is.
And it being hard, you also have to run the race as hard as you can.
Exactly.
And in running the race, Oprah Winfrey said this.
I love me some
Ooh,
over.
Yes, that's
she
mama.
said
Oh,
that-
mama.
Oh, what that mean? That when competition comes, you gotta step your game up. She
That's
said,
right.
never worry about the other guy.
No,
Yeah.
She said, because you can't control the other guys.
certainly can.
And I think she was talking about her network.
And she,
Yes,
yeah,
yeah,
she said
she
it
was.
take too much. She said networks, talk shows just popping up everywhere.
Everywhere.
She said not one time did she worry about them. She said she just stepped her game up.
Yeah.
And she said that you can't worry about the other guy. You can't control the other guy. You can't take too much energy to keep looking back to see what they're doing. They get behind you. You get nervous. You start panicking. It's all about you and you doing what you can do.
Because it goes back to focusing on the whole, find that bigger picture, that goal that you want to achieve.
Well, one thing I thought that was very, very profound is that you got to believe. You got to
Yes,
believe
yes,
in
yes.
yourself.
Definitely.
You got to believe in yourself. You got to believe that whatever it is going on in your life is supposed to be going on.
Yes.
You got to understand that it's something bigger, better, and greater for you. You got to understand that. And you got to be willing and welcoming and open to receive it because it's going to come, Robert. And when it comes, you got to be prepared, baby.
Yeah.
You got to
Move
seize the
on, move
opportunity.
on.
You
Where
got to seize
Darnita
the
at? I need that sheet. I'm out.
You got to seize the opportunity. You got to seize it. Your hand is in a hand greater than yours. Go ahead, David. Mm-hmm.
It is. And I always say, mm, and we put a lot of our faith in other things, social media and our spouses and the drama and negativity to where those things come back to us and it balls up and then we go crazy.
But see, this is what you also got to know. You got to know that anytime people are able to cause harm to you, you gave them that power.
Okay, yeah.
You gave them that power. But once you understand that, then that's when you're able to take control of your life. Because when you gave them the power, it could be that you didn't know no better.
Right.
But now that you know better, you know that you would never make that mistake again or to ever even have that experience again
Mm-hmm.
at all, period. Because you're going to do the real work,
Mm-hmm.
and that's figuring out how to fill yourself up
Right.
People always say, you full of yourself. You should be full of yourself.
Exactly. You should be your biggest
You,
cheerleader.
you should be overflow. Because really when you full of yourself and you got overflow, you got enough to give away.
You can spill over into somebody else.
Yes. And don't honor yourself. You got to honor yourself. You got enough. I got enough to give you some because I'm full of myself. Not in a cocky, braggadocious way, but I got overflow. Stay on full.
Yes. Stay on full.
Stay on full, Eddie.
Ow! See you tomorrow,
See
Speeder.
ya.
Hey, thank
Oh,
you.
gosh. And I think one thing that did resonate with me after the fire was being discouraged and knowing that it happened, but not getting down in the dumps and realizing that things could have been worse. Could have lost my life, could have lost somebody else, could have lost their life. Those things that I had were worldly things that could have been bought again. You can't buy another Eddie.
We're going to help you buy it.
You can't buy another Eddie.
Not you.
Yes, Judy.
And this is the last one that I have time to get in. And this one right here, I know to be true. I ain't telling you what I heard.
Tell you what I
I'm
know.
telling you what I know. And this one here is called, it's finding your purpose.
Yes.
See, a lot of people don't know their purpose.
Mm.
If you don't know your purpose, that should be your immediate goal to figure out what it is. Because when you don't know your purpose, you're just wandering around.
Aimlessly.
Yep, you're just wandering around trying to figure out where you fit in. That's why nothing fulfills you.
Mhm.
That's why nothing satisfies you.
Right.
You can get that Bentley, you still won't be happy. You can get that beautiful man, woman, you still won't be happy.
I'm waiting on
You can
Frank.
get that big old house, you still ain't gonna be happy. You got to know your purpose. Find your purpose, people.
And know that there's
Find your
a purpose
purpose
in your
in your
storm.
And,
Like during your storm, there's a purpose.
and we are going to help you find your purpose coming up in 2016 with some of these workshops. Sign up for Relationship Unleashed to get unleashed. Our motto in 2016 is I am.
Unleash! I felt that one.
I have
I know.
enjoyed talking to you guys and sharing the little nuggets. We hope you got something out of it. Go to our Facebook page, hit us up, share it with a friend, let them know we're here every Saturday at 5 o'clock.
Everything.
Unleashed Voice for the LGBTQ Community Radio Show. This is Gwen G. Clemens. I'm signing out with Eddie and
Yes.
Robert.
Hey, Mama, bye, y'all.
Bye, Davion.
Bye, Daddy.
Sean in the house.
Whoop, whoop.
Hey, Sean, baby.
Hey, Mama, if you listen.
All right, y'all clear?
All right. Oh, that was a good show. My friend texted me. He was like, that actually helped him. I forgot what number you said.
On my
One of the last things.
7 Habits or the fill up on yourself.
No, somebody discouraged. Don't be discouraged or something.
I don't know. 'Cause I was hoping she wouldn't come. I had my show lined up. I've been working on this all day.
Oh, Lord.
What?
I'm hoping she wasn't coming.